It's cute that you still show up like you matter. Chloe said it right in the middle of Sunday dinner. I had only said I might have to travel for work next month. My dad, Richard, gave a short laugh. Not because it was funny. It was the kind of laugh people make when things get uncomfortable and they do not want to step in. My mom, Susan, kept eating. No one pushed back. No one said a word. I took another bite. At the time, I was not choosing to stay quiet. I just knew there was nothing worth arguing about. When someone thinks your value only matters if they can see it, explaining yourself does not do much. On the drive home, I kept replaying her words. The strange part was this. I was not angry. I was tired. Not because of the joke. Because I finally saw how invisible I had become in my own family. For years, I had been taking care of things no one talked about. The vacation house my grandparents left to all of us. I handled the maintenance, the taxes, the insurance, the repair calls. If something broke, I dealt with it. If a bill was due, I paid it. Then there were all the smaller things. The streaming services everyone used. They were on my account because years ago, it had just been easier that way. The shared cloud storage with thousands of family photos. The security subscription. Even the little software renewals that kept everyone's digital life running. None of it looked important. None of it got attention. And because everything worked, nobody stopped to ask who was making it work. 3 days later, I sat down with paperwork I had actually started months earlier. This had not started because of Sunday dinner. It had been moving forward for a long time. The vacation house had been listed for sale. Every owner had agreed to it legally. The costs kept going up. Almost no one even used the place anymore. Now the closing day had come. It just happened to land right after that dinner. Once the sale was final, I sent everyone their share. Exactly what we had agreed on. Not a dollar less. Not a dollar more. Then I opened my list of monthly charges. I went through them one by one. And I canceled every service that only existed because I had been paying for everyone else. No speech. No warning. No dramatic text. Just simple, practical decisions. That night, my phone buzzed. It was my brother, Tyler. Why is everything disconnected? A minute later, the family group chat blew up. Does anyone know the TV password? The photo albums are gone. What happened to the vacation house? Is this some kind of mistake? I answered once. I canceled the services I personally paid for. The property sale also closed today. That was all I said. Then came silence. Almost 10 full minutes. Then Chloe replied, "So this is because of Sunday?" I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I typed back, "No." Sunday helped me realize I never explained what I was responsible for. That was the difference. One would have been revenge. The other was a boundary. Later that night, I got another call. I did not expect it. It was my dad's lawyer. For 1 second, I thought something had gone wrong, but it had not. His voice was calm, polite, professional. He explained that because ownership of the vacation property had changed, my parents' estate papers needed to be updated. Some of the old assumptions did not fit anymore. It was not a threat. Not even close. It was business. Simple. Dry. Straight to the point. And somehow, that was what made it all feel real. This was not family drama anymore. This was what happens when money and responsibility finally shift. A week later, my dad asked if I would meet him for coffee. I said yes. There was no lecture waiting for me. No angry speech. Richard stirred his coffee for a long time. Then he looked at me. "I honestly didn't know you handled all of that." I gave a small nod. I never thought I had to say it. He looked down at his cup. Then he said quietly, "Maybe that was the problem." That sentence stayed with me. Not because it fixed everything, but because it finally named the truth. Invisible work stays invisible until it stops. At the next Sunday dinner, the room felt different. Not healed. Not perfect. Just more honest. Tyler offered to take over some shared expenses from then on. My mom started asking questions she had never asked before. Questions about what had been happening behind the scenes. And even Chloe apologized. Not with tears. Not with a big speech. Just one quiet sentence. I didn't realize. It was not perfect. Families almost never become perfect after one talk. But they can wake up. And mine finally did. Looking back, selling the vacation house was not the real turning point. Canceling a few subscriptions was not the real turning point either. The real change came when everyone finally understood what had been there the whole time. Appreciation is not just saying, "Thank you." It is noticing. It is seeing the person whose quiet effort makes life easier for everyone else. Respect usually does not begin with some huge moment. Most of the time, it begins the second invisible work is finally seen.